Hello and welcome everybody. J-Man back here for another music reaction. It's my Saturday, getting my weekend started. Hope you're all doing well out there. We have a Swiss Cheese Points request here by Snapdragon Blues. It is for Child of Sin, performed by Kovacs and Till Lindemann. We've looked into the lyrics and the description of the song. Kovacs is saying that this is a very personal song to them, personal work of art. Has to do with abuse and potentially like sexual abuse and things like that. And it is based on their experiences from when they were younger. So yeah, I feel like it's a very important message to get out there. I feel like it's for an artist to be able to share their story on this kind of a thing through their music. I feel like it can be a good way of release for them. A way to sort of try to put this stuff behind them. The song that comes to mind for me is the song "Daddy" by Korn. Those kinds of things can be very powerful for the listener, but also can be a very powerful release for the artists themselves. Um, a little ironic that this is a topic that seems to be swirling around Till Lindemann at the moment. I feel like from what I've heard and hearing the evidence and things that I've heard, it sounds like these charges are pretty unfounded from what I can tell. Just my personal opinion. It sounds like the woman that's leveling these accusations against Till is pretty sketchy. She's changed her stories a number of times. Um, Corroboration from other people doesn't seem to be there. As a matter of fact, they seem to um, say opposite from what she said and things like that. But I'm not here to weigh my to levy my opinion on the whole Till Lindemann thing. But at the same time, like I said, definitely a bit ironic that he's in this song while he's kind of going through his own issue with this sort of stuff on his own. But interested to check it out. Let's go ahead and dive on in. Kovacs and Till Lindemann, Child of Sin. Let's get it.
When I was 4 years old, I thought that love was unpredictable. When I was 12 years old, I knew that love was unsexual. Where do I begin? Where do I begin? I'm not exceptional. Where do I
Yeah, very reminiscent of like Amy Winehouse.
Where do I begin? I'm not a child of love. I am a child of sin. 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 I am a child of sin. Sin.
When you were 9 years old,
Oh wow. So
we
wild to see Till
terrorized the streets from dusk till dawn.
not in his stage persona.
But when I turned 16, my dirty hands would bleed from banging at your door. Where should I begin? Where should I begin? I'd seen it all before, and it will never end. It will never end. You're not a child of love. You're a child of sin.
Okay. So yeah, quick pause here just for first impressions. Yeah, it's got the musical tone has a certain weight to it that lends to the subject matter very well. It's got I can't quite put my finger on the vibe that comes through in the music, but it's got sort of an ominous sort of a feel to it. The imagery was very cool in the beginning with her in the bathtub and things like that. Like I said, also very, very cool to kind of see. This is the first time I'm seeing Till not in his stage persona, that he is typically in with Rammstein. And it's very cool. He's got a very cool texture to his voice that lends itself well to the feel of this song, I feel like. So yeah, so far so good. Like I said, the Kovacs, she definitely has kind of like an Amy Winehouse sort of a vibe going on for me. Sort of that jazz bluesy voice, with maybe just a smidge of like Adele thrown in there, like early Adele. But yeah, sounded pretty cool so far. Let's back it up a smidge and we'll finish her out.
Child of love, you're a child of sin. 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 You're a child of sin. Sin. Sin.
Ah.
There's nothing inside of me. So what will become of me? I don't need your sympathy.
You're a child of sin. Sin. Sin.
I am a child of sin. Sin.
You're a child of sin. Sin. Sin.
I am a child of sin. Now 29 years old, and I know your love was unacceptable.
All right. Yeah. Obviously, knowing the backstory, when I read just the lyrics themselves, um, I wasn't completely clear what the meaning was behind it. But then reading the descriptions in the video definitely cleared it up. But yeah, very very heavy imagery. If I'm interpreting the imagery of the video right, it seems to me like Till is playing the part of the abuser, um, and the metaphor there for her ripping his heart out of his chest and putting it in herself was, to me, sort of said, that there was something that he stole from her, um, in the abuse, and she was taking that back, kind of a thing. But yeah, I very very cool sort of a vibe. It's another one of those things where uh, it wasn't the kind of music that I would put on a playlist and want to hear, over and over or anything. It wasn't like some outstanding sort of musical what's the word I'm looking for? It wasn't like this really catchy beat. There wasn't a real catchy beat or vibe or anything like that to it. But it did have I feel like the appropriate sort of ominous feel given the subject matter. The way that Till presented his part of the vocal had a very ominous sort of evil feel to it. And you could feel and hear like the pain and the torture in Kovacs's voice. So yeah, very, very cool. Very much enjoyed it. Thanks so much for the request, Snappy. I hope you enjoyed the reaction. YouTube, let me know what you thought down in the comments below. We'll be back probably tomorrow, I think, for a few more reactions. Sort of depends. I might be getting sick again. It's been like 2 weeks. I was sick a couple of weeks ago, and I feel like I might be getting sick again. So we'll have to see how I feel later today and tomorrow. But until we see you next, I hope you all stay safe. We'll see you soon. Peace.